You know, I'm a nobody. I don't have a fucking large following. I don't have any friends. I've cut off my entire family because I push back and I question shit. And, I've recently been going back on the things I used to hyper focus on as a kid. And I've always found political systems fascinating. I've always found them incredibly fascinating, and like I've looked at what other countries do and I see, like, oh, okay, I like what they do there, I don't like what they do there, I like what they do there, and I really, really don't like what they do there. But like what I've found is that like every system more or less has a spectrum of things that you can tell that they care about their fucking people, right? And something about me, I think for the United States of America, united, that if you're gonna hold the seat of the president, you should have had served in the military. Like, that needs to be like fucking fact number one. Like, you have to have served in the military. Because if you're going to be in charge of the military that's doing that shit, you need to know what it's like to actually be in there and be one of those people doing that work. And I say that as somebody who is a veteran. I am a veteran. And I look at the way that money is distributed in this country, as well as around the world, and the access to healthcare and everything. And I look at other fellow veterans who have seen way worse than what I saw, and I saw some pretty gnarly shit. They're stuck on the streets. They're homeless. And like, no human, first of all, deserves that kind of life. No human does. I mean, it's one thing if you go choose to live off grid and be a survivalist and go do all of that stuff, but it's very different being forced into that because you're being denied basic rights for just being a human. Like, there are morals and ethics for a reason, and I think so many people have gotten so far astray from what those foundational morals and ethics are. Like, I care about people. I hate seeing people suffer. I've done everything I can when I've seen people suffering to try and help them, and well overextended myself, and I've fucked myself over many times, but that's okay. And I find a way to fucking bounce back. And I always say, I see homeless people on the street and I go, well, I'm just as mentally as ill as they are, but I've just had access to some better resources. And it's because I've had time. I've been a disabled veteran for the last 10 years. And just been resourceful in trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, and I've been homeless a couple of times. But I've always joked, maybe I should run for president one day. Maybe, I should go be a politician. I've had people when I was growing up tell me I should. They'd be like, you make a good governor. And I've always been thrust into weird leadership positions that I never chose. Do I want to be a leader? Not really. But like, if somebody's not going to take charge, like, I don't know, group projects, everything, I would always be like, well, fuck it. Like, you can't do it, then let me fucking try. Like, I've got a lot of cool ideas, I guess. I've got a lot of good idea fairies up my butt. And, anybody can have a good idea, but I don't know, maybe I should just be a consult or something, or just talk shit on the internet and just keep joking about running for president. Because honestly, I don't want that kind of responsibility. But look, my hair's already gray and I'm in my early 30s. Granted, I dyed it like this. Not intentionally. It just kind of keeps turning that color. So, but wouldn't that be funny if just some random nobody popped out of the freaking woodwork and it's like, look, I've experienced all these systems. I've been a victim, a survivor of all these systems. I'm gonna run for president. Ah!